What's going on, everyone, and welcome to this new channel where we're going to talk about all things strength and masculinity, all things life transforming. And today we're going to be talking about mental toughness. And when you become mentally stronger, it improves every area of your life. So listen up. Very quick story. A couple of years ago, I worked in a food warehouse where there was a massive fridge and freezer. And I remember going to work one winter's morning. It was really cold outside. It was about -2. Got up at 4 in the morning, went outside, got in my car, had to de-ice all the windows. Uncomfortable, right? Cold. Typical UK winter's morning, right? Fucking uncomfortable. I was driving to work, blast the heaters on. Got into work then about 5 in the morning, and started my shift. And I remember just being really cold. I was like, right, I just need to get moving now. I need to warm up. And I was going in and out the freezer, bringing the frozen food, from the freezer onto the vans to go out for delivery. And I noticed the freezer was a little bit messy, so I decided to give it a quick clean. So I spent about 10 minutes in there, right? 10 minutes in I think it was about -18 degrees Celsius. So it was fucking freezing, right? I was giving this freezer a clean, spent about 10 minutes in there. And then I got out the freezer and I went outside. And then that outside temperature that I was cold in earlier on that day, I was now warm in that temperature. I felt warm because I'd come out of such a cold temperature in that freezer. I'd then come outside and I felt warm. And then the other lads were coming into work. They were like, oh, it's freezing today, isn't it? And I was like, oh, I'm fucking boiling. I've just been in there for 10 minutes straight. And there's a lesson in that. There's a big lesson in that. And that is when you get exposed to uncomfortable situations, other situations that you once felt uncomfortable in now become easier to handle. It means you've built resilience, you've built strength, okay? Life is very much the same thing. You put someone who's never been exposed to any challenges and any pain, you put that person into a painful situation and they don't know how to cope. They don't know how to handle it because they've always had life easy. Okay, you think of a young man who's never had to work a day in his life. He's got rich parents. He's had a car bought for him. He's had everything given to him. Never had to struggle. Never had to work. A man like that cannot possibly be strong. There's no way, because he hasn't suffered. He hasn't endured hardships, physically and mentally. You need to suffer to gain strength. It's as simple as that. So when you talk about building mental toughness and resilience, you quite simply have to suffer. Now, I did a big challenge this year. It was a challenge that really scared me, actually. And that was running London to Cardiff in just 5 days. 5 ultra marathons in 5 days. Now, bearing in mind, a couple of years ago, I was a competitive, overweight strongman, couldn't even run a 5K. And when I eventually did do a 5K, I think I got like something like 34 minutes. Okay, so a really, not a good time. Okay, not a good 5K time. But it's about that transformation. And I was now going to run London to Cardiff, 5 ultra marathons in 5 days, something that really scared me. And it's not like fear is like you're a coward, because all men feel fear, but it's actually when you face that fear head on is what makes you a man. If you run away from it, that's when you're a coward. But actually feeling the fear doesn't make you a coward. I stand by that. So it was something that scared me. Number one. Number two, it was going to be very uncomfortable. Physically and mentally going to be very uncomfortable. No support team. Loneliness, uncomfortable. The UK weather is always shit. So again, another challenge, okay? Uncomfortable. And it's just that word constantly pops up, uncomfortable. That is how you gain mental toughness, by putting yourself in situations where you become uncomfortable, physically and mentally. The hardships that you may be going through right now. You might be having relationship problems right now. You might be struggling with insecurities. You might be struggling financially. All these things are disgusting to go through. but there's always a lesson behind it. And it's just about searching for that lesson, searching for the lessons behind pain, learning from it and becoming a better person from it. So if you're going through something right now in your life that you're really struggling with, instead of just looking for comfort to deal with that, search for the lessons behind the pain. Search for the lessons because they're there. You might just be blocking them out right now. But it's very important to see the lessons behind that pain in order to become a better person, in order to transform your life completely. So how do we build mental toughness? By getting uncomfortable, by doing hard shit, physically and mentally suffering. That's how we build mental resilience. And as soon as you build that, you can completely transform your life in every single area, not just one. Your relationships can improve, your finances can improve, your work life can improve, your personal life can improve, your fitness, your strength levels, everything can improve once you become mentally stronger. So it's very, very important to focus on building that mental resilience. And we do that by suffering.